that's part of this, is trying to get them to the table and share that information.
Well, good luck. I've seen it, they fought it for I don't know how long. I've seen them cut that timber and then they leave it, they say that's need new growth for the deer and stuff. And the burning off, some of it, I don't know, I had a bad round with the ticks. They said they done that to take care of the ticks, but now, I don't know about that either.
There's also signs out there that says it increases ticks, so
It wouldn't
you've got
matter.
signs on both sides.
I used to ride all over it. I rode from the canal plumb down to Tennessee to the South Gate, but you won't catch me out in the woods no more. I got by the tick deal once. They done called my family in, and that cured me. I love it over.
Any other discussion?
I'll make a motion to accept this.
Thank you. Motion made by Bobby. Is there a second on the resolution? I'll second it. Any more discussion on that?
I'm just gonna say good luck. I hope you can do what you can.
All those in favor say aye.
I-
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Pass it down to Christie. Can Lori sign that?
What, is she a notary?
No, I mean, usually Sarah signs it, but Sarah's not here to attest to it. I just wanted to take it with me tomorrow, so maybe see
We'll check
if
it
Lori
out.
can sign it. The next item of business is the Lee S. Jones Park resolution. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to look. This is separate from what we voted on last month. It doesn't include what we voted on last month, because that'll be getting done this month. On the board over there is drawings of that Melissa Gray, in conjunction with Codell, Neil Guess, has been working on to bring the park up to the best standards we can for handicap parking, handicap walkways, areas around the concession stands, and all that. There's 3 phases on the board up there, a blue one, a green one, and a red one. The blue one is the most important parts of having handicap areas, which is parking areas, concrete around the concession stands, around the bathrooms, ways to get up from field number 1 up to the concession stand and all those, and then also at the soccer field, a switchback. There'll be 2 switchbacks in that, one at the soccer, one at the ball field. We don't have, they had originally gave us an indication of pricing, but the pricing was a little high because they had figured in their prevailing wage, which we don't have to go by in this grant if we chose to go for a grant. But we're probably talking, if you do the blue and the green, we're probably talking anywhere from about $120,000 to $135,000. That's if you do blue and green. The red is the sort of a final dream to have a walking trail that circles all the ballparks. You can see where it's at there. It's sort of inside of the roads to keep people off the roads, because a lot of people walk out there around the roads and their kids are doing whatever out there. There is a grant that we've been waiting for. The deadline on it is in April, so I would need to get this voted on today if we want to try for that. It's a grant that goes up to a maximum of $75,000. It's a 50-50 grant. So let's say we got a grant for $50,000. We've got to match that grant with either actual dollars or in kind, which would be if our guys out there could throw straw or haul rock or whatever it may be. That's the one option that we've got with the handicap issue. The other option is to piecemeal this over the next 3 or 4 years, doing 15 to 20,000 a year. I don't know what you guys want to do, but those are sort of the two choices, I guess, if you want to move forward on something. Of course, we've already done about 15 to 20,000 that we're getting ready to do here the next month, so that's not included in the blue and the green phase. I hope that makes sense.
I thought we was getting it ready for the handicap to go to the restaurant.
Yeah, that's what we're doing at the, that's the thing y'all voted on last week, was taking people from the playground parking lot over to the concession stand with a walkway, and then also building a 2 parking area and then widening the concession stand. That's what y'all voted on to do last month.
How much is that gonna cost?
Still hadn't finalized the price yet because the snow got in our way. I called him that day, right after the meeting, and said, let's meet down there, and it wouldn't. It hit us, and we've been dealing with that. I called him yesterday, and he said that he could meet me Tuesday to finalize the price and get stuff moving.
Let's get that price on that first, see what we're doing.
Well, you're talking about something you've already voted on.
Okay.
You've already told me to do that.
All right, let's get it done.
I know, but we're talking about a separate issue from.
No, I'm not for that 100 and some odd, $200,000. Not right now, we just run out of the state on that. That's a lot of money.
Some of it's covered by grants, right?
Yes, there's a grant that we would have to vote on this today.
We got to match it, didn't we?
Yes, it's a 50-50 grant, and it goes up to 75,000 is the most that they'd pay, but that would be, is if this cost 150, we would have to come up with the other 75.
What's gonna happen out there is just like you said about the baseball field. Things are not gonna get done out there. And then it's gonna be hard to do it, it's like LBL.
What's not going to get done?
If you keep waiting, to even have a grant, you need to go ahead and try to get the grant to get this started.
Well, the grant will be, it'll be the end of the year before they tell them to get
I
gets the
realize
grant.
that. Well, at the end of the year, you're not gonna be able to do no construction out there much till the end of the year anyway. So the grant is, you know, I've been 10 years talking to the managers and judges and judges. And just keep getting stalled. Well, I knew we had that grant, but I forgot to file for it. If there's a grant you file for to fix that part, and you go ahead and file for that part of the grant and do whatever you can do with it. I mean, it's gonna get out there. You know what I mean?
So you're saying get that $75,000 grant and then us match the 75?
On that part over there, yes.
He's saying on phase 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I was listening to Don. But what you're saying, if we apply for the grant, you won't know until the end of the year.
Right.
So in other words, if you get the grant at the end of the year, it's going to be next spring
Yeah.
before, if you got it, before you can do anything.
Right, but, you know, you have the money and you start. Usually, it's, you know, you've got up to a year or two to finalize those grants. At least a year. I don't know if it goes to, I'd say a year.
If we apply for a grant and something comes up and we say we don't want to use it, we don't have to take it, do it, or do
I'm saying.
Yeah, you can, yeah, I mean, if we voted on this today and 3 months down the line, we wanted to pull our request back, yeah, they wouldn't care because they get plenty of grant requests. Yeah, if you did that, if you wanted to do that.
There's been about 3 that was applied out there and never got none of them for that water.
Yeah, there's no grant, or there's no guarantee that you'll get the grant.
No. So if you don't apply for it, you sure ain't gonna get it.
But you just need to know when you're applying, we're talking about 120 to 135,000, somewhere in there. So that's what, 60 grand to 70 grand that
Sooner or
Do
later,
get the grant that we'd be putting ourselves on the line for.
sooner or later, you're gonna have to build a grant or put porta potties or something down there at the softball field for people that can get up to that restroom. I mean, you need to go somewhere with this to get enough air to put a porta potty out there.
But we're gonna have more walking trails if these roads ain't fixed.
I mean, I'll come get you a mule.
I ain't got a mule, I got,
I'll get you a John Deere here.
it won't go.
There it is, guys, what you want to do?
It's gonna take time to do anything we do. If we start with little pieces or big pieces or whatever, so.
I'm gonna make a motion to do what we voted on last month.
You don't have to do that, Steve, we've already voted on it.
Okay, well, we're gonna do that then.
Right.
All right, that's all I got.
I'd love to go ahead and apply for the grant and then at least then we decide later on how to work with it.
And that goes, if you get it, then you've got whatever they give us, you've got to match it.
I thought you said that
If we get it, if we go on and get it.
if we get it, we change our mind, we.
Well, here's the thing you need to understand, to get a grant is very tough.
Right.
To get a grant and then say, oh, we changed our mind, that's probably not good practice for us getting grants in the future. So, we can vote on this now and pull it off the table next month before they turn it in.
What's the deadline?
I think the end of the month, next month. Yeah. The reason we gotta get this to them, that gives them the permission to go ahead and start putting all this together for us. I mean, if y'all change your mind by mid-April, that's fine. It hasn't got to the committee yet. I don't wanna turn it in and then 6 months later say, no, never mind, because we don't wanna spend this money, because it's difficult to get a grant anyway. I don't wanna cause that kind of a wishy-washy feeling. Because we've got grants for Historical Society, we've got, grants down there at Catawba for our amphitheater, so you want to be careful with how you do that.
Well, why would you want to turn it in now and then decide not to take it in 30 days?
Now, we don't turn it in to the end of April, but I've got to have this resolution today in order to get them started on putting all this together. It's not real simple. They have to